Long before social media created superstars, two performers became global icons through pure talent and unforgettable performances. One mastered timeless vocals, legendary albums, and unmatched consistency. The other redefined modern entertainment with incredible dancing and non-stop hits. Usher versus Chris Brown, they sold millions, filled arenas across the world, inspired a generation of artists. But behind the music, the moves, and the records, only one can wear the crown of modern R&B. Usher began as a young R&B talent with the kind of voice, polish, and stage confidence that made the industry notice him early. Born Usher Raymond IV, he was raised between Texas, Tennessee, and Georgia, where his mother helped guide his career. After performing on talent shows and developing his vocals in church and local showcases, he was signed as a teenager to LaFace Records. His 1994 debut introduced him, but it was only the foundation for a much bigger transformation. Chris Brown began as a teenage singer and dancer from Tappahannock, Virginia, shaped by R&B, hip-hop, pop, and the performance style of Michael Jackson. He was discovered at a young age after local producers heard his talent and helped him prepare demos. His voice, dancing, and natural camera presence quickly made him attractive to major labels. After signing with Jive Records, Brown entered the industry as a complete young entertainer, built for both radio and music television from the start. Usher's first major success came with My Way in 1997. After his teenage debut only hinted at his potential, this album turned him into a mainstream R&B star. You Make Me Wanna became a signature breakthrough, while Nice and Slow gave him his first Billboard Hot 100 #1. With Jermaine Dupri helping shape the sound, Usher found the perfect mix of smooth vocals, youthful romance, dance appeal, and radio-ready production that made him a major force. Chris Brown's first success was immediate. His 2005 debut single Run It reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making him one of the rare male artists to debut at the top with a first single. His self-titled debut album followed strongly, reaching #2 on the Billboard 200 and producing more hits. Brown arrived as a teenage R&B pop star with dancing, charm, and crossover energy, instantly placing him among the biggest young entertainers of the 2000s. Usher's albums shaped modern R&B by turning teenage promise into adult superstardom. His catalog moved from smooth 1990s romance to polished 2000s club R&B, then into electronic pop, dance, and contemporary soul. My Way made him a star, 8701 confirmed his consistency, and Confessions became a generation-defining blockbuster. His albums influenced male R&B singers by combining vocals, choreography, vulnerability, and pop ambition, proving that an R&B artist could dominate albums, singles, radio, tours, and culture at once. Number 3. 8701, 2001. 8701 proved that Usher was not just a one-album breakthrough act. Released in 2001, it arrived with a more mature sound, stronger vocals, and a sharper balance between emotional ballads and radio-ready R&B. Songs like You, Remind Me, and You Got It Bad helped the album become a major commercial success, while also earning Usher Grammy recognition. Its impact was important because it bridged My Way and Confessions, confirming him as R&B's next long-term superstar. Number 2. My Way, 1997. My Way was the album that transformed Usher from a promising teenager into a true R&B star. Released in 1997, it gave him his first major identity: smooth, romantic, confident, and youthful, but already polished beyond his years. The album produced major hits, including You Make Me Wanna and Nice and Slow, and sold millions worldwide. Its success established Usher as one of the leading young male R&B voices of the late 1990s and opened the path to superstardom. Number 1. Confessions, 2004. Confessions is Usher's defining album and one of the biggest R&B albums ever released. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, sold more than 1 million copies in its first week, and reached around 20 million worldwide. Its run of hits made Usher unavoidable in 2004, while its themes of love, temptation, guilt, and maturity gave it emotional weight. The album became a blueprint for male R&B dominance and remains the crown jewel of his career. Chris Brown's albums helped define post-2000s R&B by mixing traditional singing with hip-hop, pop, dance, and club production. His debut introduced him as a teenage star, Exclusive expanded him into a bigger crossover act, and F.A.M.E marked his strongest album chart victory. Over time, his projects became longer, more streaming-driven, and deeply connected to modern R&B playlists. His albums influenced a generation of performers who blend melody, rap features, choreography, and constant digital-era output. Number 3. Chris Brown, 2005. Chris Brown's self-titled debut album introduced him as one of the biggest teenage teenage R&B stars of the 2000s. Released in 2005, it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and launched his career with Run It, a number 1 single. The album mixed youthful romance, dance energy, hip-hop features, and polished pop R&B production. Its legacy is that it created the Chris Brown formula: singer, dancer, teen idol, and crossover performer built for both radio and television. Number 2, F.A.M.E. 2011. F.A.M.E. was a major comeback-era album for Chris Brown and became his first Billboard 200 number 1 album. Released in 2011, it balanced R&B, pop, hip-hop, dance, and electronic sounds, showing his ability to survive changing music trends. The album included hits such as Yeah 3X, Look at Me Now, and Beautiful People, giving him both radio power and club appeal. Its legacy is important because it restored his commercial strength and earned him Grammy recognition. Number 1, Exclusive, 2007. Exclusive is Chris Brown's most successful album in sales, charts, impact, and long-term career identity. Released in 2007, it showed major growth from his teenage debut, adding bigger hooks, stronger pop production, and more confident R&B performance. The album produced major hits like Kiss Kiss, With You, and Forever through its expanded edition, helping Brown become a global crossover star. Its legacy is that it turned him from a promising newcomer into a dominant 2000s R&B pop entertainer. Usher's hit singles helped redefine mainstream R&B during the late 1990s and especially the 2000s. His music blended smooth vocals, emotional storytelling, hip-hop production, dance rhythms, and crossover pop appeal, allowing him to dominate both urban and mainstream radio. Songs like Yeah, Burn, and Confessions Part 2 became defining records of their era and influenced countless younger artists. His consistency across multiple decades proved his versatility, while his chart success established him as one of the greatest male hitmakers in modern R&B history. Number 3, You Got It Bad, 2001. You Got It Bad became one of Usher's defining slow jams and his third Billboard Hot 100 number 1 single. Released in 2001 from 8701, it highlighted his vocal maturity and ability to communicate vulnerability through contemporary R&B. The song enjoyed enormous radio success, sold millions through physical and digital formats, and became a favorite for weddings, romantic playlists, and R&B fans worldwide. Its influence helped establish the emotional, melodic direction that many male R&B singers would later embrace. Number 2, Burn, 2004. Burn perfectly showcased Usher's vocal ability and emotional delivery. Released as the follow-up to Yeah, it also reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the biggest ballads of the decade. The song's themes of heartbreak, maturity, and difficult relationships connected with audiences worldwide. Its commercial success, massive radio airplay, and lasting popularity demonstrated that Usher could dominate charts without relying on dance records alone, reinforcing his reputation as one of R&B's finest vocal performers. Number 1, Yeah, 2004. Yeah stands as Usher's signature hit and one of the defining songs of the 2000s. Released in 2004, it spent 12 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 while topping charts around the world. The collaboration with Lil Jon and Ludacris blended crunk, hip-hop, R&B, and pop into an irresistible club anthem. It sold millions worldwide, became one of the decade's biggest digital singles, transformed dance floors globally, and remains the song most closely associated with Usher's legendary career. Chris Brown's singles have defined modern R&B's streaming era by combining melodic vocals, hip-hop production, dance music, Afrobeats influences, and pop crossover appeal. His catalog spans nearly 2 decades of continuous chart success, making him one of the most consistent hitmakers of the digital age. Songs such as Run It, Forever, and Loyal became international successes, while his enormous streaming numbers introduced his music to new generations. His versatility has kept him commercially relevant despite dramatic changes in the music industry. Number 3, Loyal, 2014. Loyal became one of Chris Brown's biggest commercial successes of the streaming era. Released in 2014, the song dominated urban radio, achieved multi-platinum certification, and remained on the charts for months. Its infectious production, memorable hook, and collaborations helped it become one of the defining R&B hip-hop records of the decade. The song dramatically boosted Brown's commercial resurgence, generated billions of streams across platforms, and remains one of the most recognizable and successful singles in his extensive catalog. Number 2, Run It, 2005. Run It launched Chris Brown's career in spectacular fashion. Released when he was only 16 years old, it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making him one of the youngest male solo artists ever to accomplish the feat with a debut single. The song blended youthful R&B, hip-hop, and dance influences while showcasing his charisma and performance ability. Its commercial success instantly established Brown as one of music's brightest young stars and opened the door for an extraordinary recording career. Number 1. Forever, 2008. Forever became Chris Brown's biggest global crossover record. Released in 2008, it reached the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 while becoming a massive international seller. Its uplifting dance pop production expanded Brown's audience beyond traditional R&B listeners and made the song a wedding, sporting event, and television favorite. Years later, viral internet videos introduced it to entirely new audiences, extending its longevity. Its enormous streaming numbers and enduring popularity have made it the signature song of Chris Brown's career. Usher's tours established him as one of the greatest live R&B performers of his generation. Combining elite choreography, powerful live vocals, elaborate stage production, roller skating, costume changes, and theatrical storytelling, he consistently delivered arena-caliber entertainment. His Las Vegas residency introduced his concerts to a new generation, while becoming one of the city's hottest shows. Across 3 decades, Usher proved that R&B artists could headline worldwide tours with the same spectacle traditionally associated with pop superstars, strengthening his reputation as a complete entertainer. Number 3. The UR Experience Tour, 2014-2015. The UR Experience Tour celebrated 2 decades of hits while highlighting Usher's continued artistic growth. The concerts combined classic material with newer songs, allowing longtime fans and younger audiences to experience his catalog together. Reviews consistently praised his vocals, dancing, and stage command. Although smaller than his biggest tours commercially, it reinforced his consistency as a live performer and demonstrated that his reputation was built on genuine performance ability rather than simply chart success. Number 2. OMG Tour 2010-2011. The OMG Tour supported Raymond v. Raymond and Versus, becoming Usher's first truly global arena spectacle. It featured futuristic staging, complex choreography, and a balance between dance anthems and emotional ballads. Commercially successful across multiple continents, the tour reinforced Usher's worldwide popularity following another string of #1 hits. Critics praised the production quality and his stamina as both singer and dancer. Its influence helped define what modern R&B arena shows could look like during the 2010s. Number 1. Past Present Future Tour 2024-2025. The Past Present Future Tour became the biggest tour of Usher's career. Following his Super Bowl halftime performance and the success of his Las Vegas residency, demand reached new heights. The tour sold out arenas across North America and celebrated every stage of his career, from My Way to Confessions and beyond. Featuring elaborate choreography, live musicians, roller skating sequences, and high-end production, it reminded audiences why Usher remains one of music's greatest performers and significantly expanded his touring legacy. Chris Brown's tours have become known for relentless energy, athletic choreography, and high-production arena entertainment. His concerts blend singing, dancing, hip-hop, visual effects, and crowd interaction into performances that showcase his versatility. Throughout his career, he has remained one of the strongest live dancers in popular music, often drawing comparisons with legendary entertainers. Despite periods of controversy, his tours have consistently attracted large audiences around the world, proving that his live appeal remains one of the strongest aspects of his career. Number 3. Indigo Tour 2019. The Indigo Tour promoted the successful Indigo album and demonstrated Brown's ability to headline large venues deep into his career. The performances featured elaborate visuals, multiple costume changes, and an extensive catalog spanning nearly 15 years. Commercially successful and well-attended, the tour confirmed his lasting fan base despite changes in the music industry. It also highlighted his versatility by moving seamlessly between R&B ballads, hip-hop collaborations, dance records, and pop crossover hits. Number 2. One Hell of a Night Tour 2015. The One Hell of a Night Tour supported X while further establishing Brown as an arena-level performer. Featuring a mix of contemporary hits, older favorites, and impressive choreography, the concerts earned strong attendance throughout North America. Critics highlighted the energy of the performances and Brown's commitment to dancing while maintaining live vocals. The tour strengthened his reputation as one of the most physically gifted performers of his generation and helped sustain his commercial momentum during the streaming era. Number 1. The 11/11 Tour 2024. The 11/11 Tour became the highest-profile tour of Chris Brown's career. Supporting his Grammy-winning album 11/11, the arena tour attracted enormous demand across North America and Europe. Fans praised its non-stop choreography, visual production, extensive set list, and Brown's stamina throughout lengthy performances. Commercially, it ranked among the biggest tours of his career and demonstrated that nearly 20 years after his debut, he remained one of R&B's strongest live attractions. Usher has won a large collection of awards in his iconic career. He has won 8 Grammy Awards including Best Male R&B Vocal Performance for You Remind Me, You Don't Have to Call, and There Goes My Baby, Best Contemporary R&B Album for the albums, Confessions and Raymond v. Raymond, and Best R&B Performance for Climax. He has also won 18 Billboard Music Awards including Artist of the Year, Top Male Artist, Top R&B Artist, and Top Billboard 200 Album for Confessions, in addition to 8 American Music Awards including Favorite Soul R&B Male Artist in multiple years, Favorite Soul R&B Album for Confessions and Raymond v. Raymond, and Favorite Pop Rock Album for Confessions. He has won 12 Soul Train Music Awards including Best R&B Soul Album for Confessions, Best R&B Soul Single for Confessions Part 2, and Best Male R&B Soul Artist, in addition to 7 Beat Awards wins including Best Male R&B Artist, Best Collaboration on Yeah, and BET Lifetime Achievement Award. Usher is one of the best-selling R&B artists ever, and the first artist with Billboard #1 singles across the 1990s, 2000s, and 2010s as a lead artist. Chris Brown is among the most awarded modern R&B artists in history with 219 career award wins. He has won 2 Grammy Awards including Best R&B Album for the albums, F.A.M.E. and 1111. He has won 21 BET Awards including Best Collabo Duo or Group for Look at Me Now, Best Club Banger, and Collaboration Honors. Chris has won 5 Billboard Music Awards including Top R&B Album for F.A.M.E. and Top R&B Artist, in addition to 5 American Music Awards including Artist of the Year and Favorite Soul R&B Male Artist in multiple years. He has won 14 Soul Train Music Awards including Best R&B Soul Male Artist, Album of the Year for F.A.M.E., and Song of the Year for Go Crazy. Chris Brown is one of the highest certified male digital artists. He is among the artists with the most Billboard Hot 100 entries and one of the most awarded performers in modern R&B. Usher's legacy is built on excellence across every area of entertainment. He became one of the defining male R&B artists of the late 1990s and 2000s through classic albums, timeless hit singles, spectacular live performances, and exceptional longevity. His influence extends to countless younger singers who adopted his combination of vocals, choreography, fashion, and stage presence. Beyond his own music, he helped mentor future stars and proved that R&B performers could dominate both popular culture and live entertainment for decades, while continually evolving with changing musical trends. Chris Brown's legacy centers on extraordinary versatility and remarkable longevity in the modern streaming era. Few artists have matched his combination of singing, dancing, songwriting, and consistent hit-making across nearly 2 decades. His influence can be heard throughout contemporary R&B and melodic hip-hop, where younger performers have adopted elements of his vocal style and performance approach. While controversy has remained part of his public story, his musical output, streaming dominance, commercial success, and elite live performance abilities have secured his place among modern R&B's biggest stars. Chris Brown has enjoyed an exceptional career filled with remarkable longevity, massive streaming success, outstanding dancing, and an enormous catalog of hit records that has influenced modern R&B for nearly 2 decades. However, Usher wins this comparison. His advantage comes from greater album success, more Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, significantly more Grammy Awards, stronger worldwide cultural impact, one of the greatest R&B albums ever in Confessions, and a legacy that helped shape an entire generation of artists. His influence, consistency, critical acclaim, and historic achievements give him the overall edge. If this one had you thinking, just wait, the next matchups on your screen will test you even more.